guys, welcome to SWK Tutorials. In this video, we will learn how to animate the camera on jib rig we have created in the previous third class of this series. I will tell you guys how to animate and use this camera on jib rig so that you can create those professional cinematic looks. But after seeing this video, I will recommend you guys to watch how to animate camera jib movements that these great people are teaching you on YouTube, so that you can mimic or you can just repeat those movements in your 3D. I will put this video link in the description below. This video will also be helpful for those who want to learn basics of animation in 3ds Max. So without any further ado, let's get started. First, we will animate the camera like this. So open the scene, go to File, Import, Merge, and merge the camera on GIF file you have created in the previous video. Select all and click OK. Then, in any of the viewport, left click, go to Camera and select Camera Jib, or you can press C on the keyboard. Then left click again here and select Show Save Frames. Click on Render Setup and select your output size. I am using 1920 1080 because I want my final render to be 1920 1080. Then select your main controller. Sometimes it becomes difficult for us to select these controllers and instead we select other objects. So what we can do is that we can click on all and use shapes filter. In this way, 3ds Max will not select any geometry and it will only select the shapes. And if you remember from the last video, these controllers were made from shapes. Then we will create the, or you can say set the starting camera angle. You can see right now this is my starting camera angle and this is my ending camera angle. So if I go into my viewport, click on perspective, you can see this is my starting character and this is my ending character. So if I press T on the keyboard, F3, click on F3, you can see this is my ending characters and this is my starting character. So I will select the main controller, Control Jib Main, and I will move this whole rig. If you are having difficulty in selection, you can always click here and select the names from here like Jib Main Controller. Or you can also do one more thing, is that you can select your control and you can create your selections here. Like I will click Main, so that if I accidentally deselect them, I can select them from here too. There are a lot of options to select. So now back to our scenario, and first I will gonna put my main rig in my front viewport or any viewport on the ground. This is important, put it on the ground. Then I will try to move my camera or main controller in between these two. After this, I will select my jib pan controller. This jib pan controller, you can also create its selections here too. If you want, just simply paste any name here and click enter. Okay, and then I will gonna bring it down. Again, if you remember from the previous video, and make sure you have kept these things on gimbal. If you remember from the previous video, we have kept this option on to bring the whole rig up and down. Actually, this is the part that we are creating. This is the main controller and this is the pan controller. It has two functions: move the rig up and down plus rotate it. Right now, first we will bring it down like this And then again go to rotation. For the rotation, change it again to gimbal. And now I'm going to rotate my rig like this. If this controller is disturbing you, simply select it, control right click, object properties, and click on see through. Or you can simply press Alt X, its shortcut key. Again, select my controller and just move it little bit down like this. Again, select the main controller, left click here and move it little bit like this. Select the pen controller and move it little bit up like this. So I'm happy with my first angle. Now, when you have just created your first angle, you have set your first angle, the thing that you have to do before starting the animation is that you have to click on your time configuration here. Then you have to select the frame rate, NTSC, PAL, film, it's up to you. 24 FPS, 25 FPS, 30 FPS per second. Then in the playback, I uncheck active viewport only. What this do is that it will animate all the viewports instead of one viewport. Then after that, I set my animation frames. The animation that I am doing is actually 8 seconds long. So I will click on 8 multiply by 30 since I am doing the animation in NTSC and click is equal to. It will give me 240. So I will enter 240 here and click OK. Now my timeline is actually 240 frames, that means 8 seconds long. Now there are two methods to set the animation, to do the animation. First is the set key and then the auto key. Auto key is more easy and it helps you a lot, but sometimes we have to use the set key too. But right now auto key will work for us. Click on auto key and select your pen control. Go to rotation and then start to move your timeline. Something like this, and decide till where you want to follow the character. Let's say I want to follow the character somewhere like this, till here, like this. This character, you can see this character is moving. This character is moving from here till here. I will just go like this, and when it's somewhere here, I like it. So then I will left click here and I will start rotating my camera. Again, make sure you're using the chip pen control, this control, and come here till like this. Now, if you guys see in my original animation, when the guy is moving, my camera is going up and around 5 seconds, something like this. You can see my camera is somewhere here. It's going towards up and it's not, you cannot see its shoes or lower part. So for that, what we will do is that we will go to close to this and we will select the tilt controller. The tilt controller is actually used to make the rig up or down. So I will just make it little bit up like this. Now I will go back and I will play my animation. And I will pause it. Now I will select both of them like this, and you can see that both of these controllers I have put on 1/50th frame by this green dot. It is green because I have only rotated it. Green is for rotation, red is for position, and blue is for scaling. So I put the key on the 1/50th frame, but since I'm using the auto key, it has generated the key on the 0 frame itself. It's all okay. When you use the auto key, the key on the 0 is automatically created. Now, I want this guy to move a little bit forward. Then I want to again use the pen And actually what I'm about to do is that I'm about to create the last frame, this frame. So I will move it little bit forward like this. Then I will select my tilt control and I will make it up like this. Again, I will select my pan control and I will just gonna try to get as much angle as close to this thing. Now, if I go back and I play my animation, the first thing that happened is that my after 150th frame, you can see the camera animation is extremely fast. So to make it slow, we will select both the controllers that we have animated. And you can see the reason for this is that the frames between this and this part is extremely less. They are only 40 frames, less than 2 seconds. So to decrease the speed of the camera between this and this, what you have to do is that you have to select both the controllers that you have animated, then left click and hold it and drag it like this and drag it all the way to something like 130. Then again go back and this time again play your animation. Now you can see it is little bit better, but still slightly fast. The animation is slow between these two keyframes, but still it is little bit fast. So again I will left click here and I will take it all the way to the last 240th frame. Then again I will go back, Alt W, and I will play my animation again. Still you can see this animation, still you can see it's a little bit again fast. So how can I handle this kind of thing? Now I will not exceed my frames, I will not increase my frames to make this part slow. The reason for it is that director has only told me to create this shot for 8 seconds. So I cannot increase from 8 seconds. Now I have to play between these kind of things. So guys, what I have to do is that I have to first make this speed constant. For this kind of things, we have to use the curve editor. I can either click here or I can simply use the mini curve editor, but I will click here and I will open the proper curve editor. After this, click on frame horizontal and extend values and you will get your curve editor. If you see that your curve editor line between this and this part is not straight. If they are not straight, then it means the animation is somewhere slow or fast. So what you can do is that to make the speed constant, you will select all the 3 keyframes. This one, and this one. Select all of them like this and click on linear. Now the lines are straight, but still it is somewhere little bit bendy here. Since we want the animation to be constant between the first and the last keyframe for this panning, we will select it and I will simply delete it from here. Or I can simply click here and delete it from here. In both the cases, my animation is constant from the start to the end. Now, again, go back and play your animation. Now you can see my animation is a lot better than the previous time. So my camera is following it, and at these parts, if you see, my guy head is actually touching this part. So I don't like this place, somewhere here like this. Now again click here and this time select your tilt controller. If you remember, the tilt is actually controlling the height and it has 3 keys. One on the 0, one on the 150 and the last one on the 240. Again bring your curve editor here. Make sure Y rotation is selected because this is the key that you have animated. Now come here and I will move it like this. So guys, I will click here on this part and I will little bit zoom it here like this. Use the middle mouse to move it, left click to zoom it, again right click to end the zoom and middle mouse to pan it like this. Then this is my curve editor, these are my frames and these are my values. So in the beginning it is on 0 and then it is gradually going down a little bit. So if you see this part, you can see when the values are going down, my camera is going up. You can see here the curve. This key is representing this part. And when if I'm going to, let's say like this part, if I'm going to take my curve up from this handle and take the curve up, it will go up. So what I have to do is that I have to take it little bit down like this and it will increase the distance. So you have to judge. In your condition, the things can be different. You have to make it up to see that it is going up and then you have to take it down like this to see is it going down. I know curve editor can be a lot difficult and so I will make a video on the curve editor in the coming few days and I will put its link in the description so that you guys can properly understand the curve editor. If I'm going to make the curve editor detailed video, it is going to be extremely long. So you can see like this. Now if I am going to drag my timeline, you can see at none of the place the head is touching the ground and now it is going up like this. Again click on frame horizontal, extend values to see it completely and this is how it is moving up and up. So guys, what I want is that I want this value to be linear at the end, not slow or fast. I can select this control and I can click on linear. Now if I go back and I play my animation again, just like this, you can see. So this is how I did my animation. Now guys, if you want to do this kind of animation, what you have to do is that again, you are going to click here and bring your rig somewhere here like this and then you are going to rotate it like this and make sure it is set to camera and show safe frame is on. Then this is the character where I want to place my camera. So first of all, again I will bring it down like this, then I will click on the pen controller and I will bring it down to somewhere here. This time what I will do is that this is my starting point and this will be my ending point, so I will again bring it in between these two. Then I will select my length controller and decrease the length of my arm. Next I will select my pen controller and I will rotate it like this. Then I will select my tilt controller and I will bring it down like this. Make sure all of them are on gimbal so it will be easy for you to work. Now since there is little bit more distance, first of all I will select it and I will make it see-through so that it's easy for me to look. Then I will select my this controller, length controller, and I will bring it forward like this. Again, if you remember the previous rig, we have used it to increase or decrease the length of the jib. Now select your tilt controller and bring it down like this, and then select your pen controller and bring it little bit like this. Again select your length controller and move it little bit forward, then select your tilt controller, and if the camera is down, bring it up like this. Again select it like this and move it little bit like this. So your first angle is ready. Now again you have to set number of frames. This shot is 12 seconds long. So I will click on time configuration, select my NTSC, make sure active viewport is unchecked, and for 12 seconds I have to use 360 frames. Click OK. Then I will go to the last frame this time and I will click on auto key. Now on my last frame I will do two things. First I will move in my jib pen controller, I will move my rig like this and use my tilt controller to bring it up like this. Then again I will select my pen control and I will move it like this to get it center. Use my jib controller to make it up or down how much I want. Now go to the first frame, click on play, and you can see your animation is playing. Now if I want to slow the speed, I want slow speed in the start. So for that I will go to curve editor. Again I will select both of these controllers. Click on frame horizontal, extend values, and I will select these keys. Then I will click on slow in the start. Then for the ending ones I want it to be fast. Then I will go and click on this fast tangent, and you can see my tangent has been changed. Go to the first frame and play the animation. You can see it starts slow and then gradually it will pick speed. And this is how it's been done. I hope guys it was easy for you guys. Now you know a little bit how to animate this rig.